Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I am featuring Dipomania and their new liquids. But first, let's talk about this beautiful purple bandage that I have on my middle finger on my right, yes, my dominant hand. There was a nail incident. I will spare you all the details because it's just not pretty. But I'll be all right. Gonna take some time to heal, but in the meantime, let's talk about this. I got some of the new builder gels from West Coast Dips, and yeah, they're pretty beautiful. That one's called Eros. I'm kind of sad to cover it up. It's so pretty, but at least if I have a pop-off, I'll still have a beautiful nail underneath. Hopefully no more injuries. But these are the new Dipomania liquids. And I was lucky enough to win these in a giveaway back in October, I think. And I got them about a week and a half before they released. And I actually used them in my last upload. But I didn't want to reveal them right away because I wanted to do an all Dipomania mani when I used these liquids on camera for the first time. But I was waiting for one of my orders to come in because I needed these colors. And the reason for that is today is my 10-year wedding anniversary. And these colors are very, very similar to the colors that were in my wedding. I had purples, obviously, and gray/silver. In fact, both of my daughters, my oldest, Maya, and my youngest stepdaughter, Danny, both wore beautiful dresses that were gray/silver with purple flower. Well, Maya's had purple flowers. But I just love this color combination of purples and grays and silvers, and I just thought that these colors would be perfect to do an anniversary mani with. So that's what we're gonna do today. My first step here is to lay down a layer of base coat, and I'm doing that because I have peel base on, and the peel base that I'm using tends to cause the base to dry quickly, which means when you go in for your first dip, it will be patchy, there'll be dry spots. And I know that if you lay down a layer of base and you then let that dry and then do another layer of base and dip, then you'll get better coverage. So I'm going to go in with Brutal Violets on my pinky and my thumb. All three of these dips from Dipomania are, first of all, beautiful. Second of all, they're all chromable. They are all powders that can be chromed. And I debated for a little while about whether or not I was going to chrome every single nail because I just love chromable powders. I just love chrome. I think it's such a cool and unique look, but I opted to just go with the one silver nail. I kind of regret that decision, but it is what it is, so we will just move on. So I'm going to dip into Brutal Violets, and then the next color is going to be Schism, which I'm going to put on my ring finger. I'm going to do 2 dips of that, and then I am going to dip into Eldritch. I don't know why I want to say that with an accent. But Eldritch is the beautiful dark purple that on camera looks almost black, but it's really like a deep eggplant. And I believe Eldritch, if I am correct, Eldritch is also a cat eye powder. I have yet to play with it. I have a few powders from Dipomania that are also, they are also cat eyes. So that is something that I'm going to need to play with very, very soon. Yeah, do you remember when I did my dragon nails this Halloween? The recreate of my dragon nails? That greenish chrome that I used, that was Phantasmagorical, which is another one of their cat eye powders, which, I mean, is just stunning. So yeah, maybe one of these days in the near future, I will get around to figuring out how to make those work for me so that I can get around to showing you all how to use cat eye dip powders. How cool would that be? I think that might be a lot of fun. Anyway, while I am dipping away here, I'm going to chat with you guys a little bit about my husband and how we met. My husband's name is Taki, and I first met him when I was in, I want to say, I might have been in first grade. I wanted to say kindergarten because we were in the same elementary school, but I don't think I actually met him until first grade. And that was at a birthday party, the first time I ever met him. And he was really good friends with my very first little boyfriend from elementary school. And they were friends, and I was invited to the birthday party, and Taki was there. So that is the very first time I remember meeting him. And then, so we went to elementary school together, and I saw him periodically, but when we finished elementary school, actually, I moved to a different elementary school in, I think, second grade. So then we lost touch. And we lost touch through all of middle school, too. And then, when I was in, I want to say it was the middle of my freshman year of high school, Taki had started off high school at a different high school than me, and he transferred into my school in the middle of my freshman year. And at the time that he transferred in, I was dating his childhood best friend. Not the same kid from elementary school. This was actually his childhood best friend that he grew up with. Their moms, his mom and my boyfriend at the time, his mom, were best friends, and they literally grew up together. And I was dating him. So, yeah. And then, so I was reintroduced to Taki then. And then not too long after that, it might have been the following year, Taki started dating my best friend. And we kind of had this group of friends, and we all kind of dated each other, except for Taki and I. Taki and I were the only ones probably in our group of friends that didn't date. We always kind of liked each other. I mean, I always had a huge crush on him, but the stars just never aligned when we were at that age. So it just wasn't meant to be then. And then we remained friends all through my early 20s. And high school was over, and friends go separate ways. I went to college, and he went and got a job, and lives got busy, and we had relationships with other people, and had children with other people, and then we reconnected when we were in our mid-30s, I want to say. I mean, we'd kept in touch periodically throughout the years. You know, he'd pop up or I'd pop up and, hey, how are you? How's it going? I remember when my daughter was about 3 years old, we took her to the zoo together. you know, he was always kind of there in the background of my life, right? And then, yeah, and then I ran into his mom, and she was letting me know that he had recently had a breakup, and asked if she could give him my phone number. And I said, well, of course you can. You know, Taki and I have always been friends. It'd be great to hear from him. Yeah. And so it took him 2 weeks. These are details I remember, and he doesn't, of course. But it took him 2 weeks to call me. And then a year of hanging out. I tell him all the time that he courted me for a year before we actually went out on a date. And I think that was because we were both kind of trying to figure out if our girls would get along, if we would get along with our girls, and how, you know, that would mesh. And I mean, it went pretty well. So about a year later, we went on our first date, and the rest is history. He proposed to me on Christmas Day in 2010, and then we were married on November 19th, 2011. That sounds about right. I think that's the timeline anyway. So, yeah. That is the story of us. So I think I've talked your ears off quite enough for a little bit. I am going to finish up dipping out these colors. Then I am going to cap and clear, activate, and I am going to file and buff off camera. Then I will be back to fill you in on what we are going to do next. Okay, now we are all filed and shaped up. I am going to apply this. This is a base coat by Virgo Gem. It is Hema free. As I mentioned in previous videos, I did have a pretty nasty allergic reaction to some gel product that I used. And so I am being extremely careful with what I choose to put on my nails now. And this is a Hema-free base coat. So I'm applying that. I'm going to cure it for 30 seconds. Then I am going to, right here, apply the same brand Hema-free top coat from Virgo Gem. And I'm going to flash cure for 10 to 15 seconds. And then I will show you what we're going to do next. Now that that is flash cured, I'm going to take Schism, this gorgeous silver powder, and I'm going to dip my finger right into the jar. Then I will take this eyeshadow applicator and I'm going to burnish that powder into the nail, chroming it and smoothing it out. And look at that shine. I mean, okay, when I think of chrome, like the chrome that you would see on the bumper of an antique car, the chrome hubcaps, the chrome everything, like that silver right there is what I think of. It is just the perfect silver chrome, and it hardly took any work to get it to this shine. So this is why I love these powders. And Brittany, the owner of Dipomania, is like the expert chrome dip maker. I mean, every single one that I've tried so far, and I mean, you've only seen me use a couple of them, but I've swatched them all and chromed them all, and they just chrome up so beautifully. See, now this is why I wish I had chromed all of them, but it's okay, it's okay. The next thing that we're going to do here, I decided, I was thinking about the dresses that my girls wore, and I was thinking about my bouquets, and I was just, you know what, I wanted to do a stamp on the accent nail. So that is what we're going to do here. And let me just tell you that I had almost a completely different plan for this mani. I had intended to create some water slide decals that were sterling silver roses, like the ones that were in my wedding, and I was going to use those in this mani. And with the injury, I never got around to doing that, and it made me really sad, but I just wanted to throw some form of rose into this mani because it just reminds me of my wedding flowers. So I took this stamping plate that I got from 𝕷𝕼𝕼, one of the Diva boxes back around Valentine's Day, I think. And but it has some really cool flower stamping designs, and I chose one that was roses, and I'm going to throw that on the accent nail over the chrome. Now, I was a little nervous about chroming and then stamping on top of it, so what I did was I applied a layer of gel base coat and cured it for a full 30 seconds, and that left, not only did it leave a sticky layer for the stamp to adhere to, but it protected the chrome so that I didn't pull up any of the chrome or mess that up in any way. So I applied the gel base coat, cured for 30 seconds, and then I did my stamping, and it worked out pretty well. Now I am just cleaning up with a little bit of acetone, and then I am going to reapply the gel base coat, cure that, and then I will apply the gel top coat, which I cure for a full minute. Just to be on the safe side, I want to make sure that all of my gel liquids are fully cured. And then I will go in with another activation on the other 4 nails and top coat. I'll be back in a few minutes with my final thoughts. So last month I got the mystery box from Dipomania, and one of the things that was in the box was a cuticle salve from the witch's cabinet. And I am obsessed with the stuff. I have been using it. It's helped so much with the dry skin from the gel reaction that I had that I went and bought a bunch more stuff from her. And I love it all. This one I just used was called Goodbye Eczema, and it is so moisturizing. I will link the Witch's Cabinet Facebook group in the description box. Thanks for joining me. I enjoyed doing this mini so much and telling you a little bit about my love story and how I met my husband, Taki. Thank you again. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye-bye now.